Welcome to Trade Pro. I want to show you guys how I trade and how I analyze the market. So here is a technical analysis kind of market report video where I'm going to go through Bitcoin, S&P 500, and 10 foreign exchange pairs that are some of the highest volume traded pairs. So you guys can kind of see how I view the market, what I'm looking for trading opportunities. Now, mind you, I'm a trend trader, so I am looking for trend continuation moves. I'm not looking to catch the bottom or tops of any major trends. I'm just looking to join into the trend at a discounted price and expect continuation of that current trend. So it's Monday. The week has kind of kicked off. We got the trading week starting out here. So it's a good time to kind of scan through our pairs and see what's setting up. I'm going to do it on the daily time frame, but this kind of analysis does apply for all time frames. As a trend trader, you can look for shorter term trends on lower time frames or longer term trends on higher time frames, whatever suits you. Although, mind you, you do have to run into some issues with fees once you start getting on those really low time frames. Spreads, fees start becoming a much larger issue opposed to if you're trading on a higher time frame. So just keep that in mind. But anyway, without further ado, let's talk about Bitcoin here on the daily time frame to start things out. So what am I looking at on Bitcoin at this very moment? Well, clearly price is in a large downtrend. It's below its 200 period exponential moving average, which means I'm only going to be interested in shorting. And price is currently extended to the downside. All right. And when it's extended to the downside, that means it's a no trade zone. There's no trade for me at this moment. In order for me to look for a trade, I need to see price pull back more. Right now, we do have a full reset happening here on the stochastic RSI, which is a good start. But what I would also like to see is price pull back into this area of value between the 20 and 50 period exponential moving averages, as that normally acts as a kind of net in a trend to catch price before price is going to continue on that main trend. Of course, it doesn't have to always happen, and trends do reverse eventually, so you're going to take losses because of that. But right now, what I'm looking at is a downtrend with price extended, not at an area of value yet. What I would want to do is see price pull back into the 20, between the 20 and the 50 EMA area. Then I can look for trading opportunity in that area to look for a continuation move to the downside. So that's what I will be looking out for on Bitcoin with the daily time frame, and you can do the same type of analysis on other time frames as well. Okay, now that's what I'm looking at for Bitcoin, looking for further downside. And I will not be looking to go into a long position on a daily time frame until price comes up over the 200 period exponential moving average. Okay. So looking for this to head to the downside, but not quite yet. Now, S&P 500 is currently pulled back to the 20 EMA. It's in a downtrend. It's below its 200 exponential moving average. We don't have the stochastic RSI fully reset yet. So ultimately, I would like to see this come up a bit higher before looking for a continuation move down. So ultimately looking for a lower high compared to this last pullback somewhere in this area. Then I can look for somewhat of a continuation move to continue this downtrend under the 200 exponential moving average. Of course, this doesn't have to happen. This is only the highest probability setup. I'm trying to look at things from kind of a probabilistic point of view. I'm looking for trends to continue. And more times than not, you can take advantage of that pullback and look for a continuation move and make some money on it. But you're going to have to experience times when it just doesn't work out. The trend comes to an end and it reverses, or price goes into a range. That's just how trading works. You're going to take losses. Okay. So that's what I'm looking at for S&P 500. Looking for this to pull back a little more, then head to the downside. Euro, this one's been in an extremely extended downtrend, and it's given many great opportunities and pullbacks along the way to get in at a discount and look for continuation moves to the downside. Most recently, we saw this pullback right into the area of value between the 20 and the 50 EMAs. We didn't get a full follow through yet for a lower high and a lower low, but I will still be expecting that to occur. So I will be looking for this to head to the downside and make a lower low compared to the previous lowest point back here in this downtrend. So almost got there, but didn't quite get the full follow through to the downside, but I will be looking for this to still head to the downside to create a lower low here. And we will have to see how that plays out, but that's going to be the most likely scenario right now, is looking for this to continue the downtrend. We may get somewhat of a larger correction move before heading to the downside, or this may reverse as it is very extended to the downside in this large downtrend. Right now on the daily, though, it is pulled back to the 20 exponential moving average, so this may be an area where we find some resistance and then start heading down. But that's what I'm looking for. Stochastic RSI, no hidden bearish divergence right now. Still not fully extended, fully reset to the upside here, so maybe we have a bit more of a pullback here before this starts heading down. Now let's take a look at British pound against the US dollar, where we have a very similar setup to euro against the US dollar, as they both do have that USD currency in them. And it's the same story. We saw the most recent pullback right here into the area of value with the continuation. This one did follow all the way through to the downside. So that one did complete for a lower high and lower low. And right now price is still kind of extended. We want to see this come back to that 20, between the 20 and the 50 area. Then we can look for more continuation to the downside. Stochastic RSI still not fully reset, so I'm going to be looking for this to make a lower high compared to right here, and then a lower low. So if it breaks this lower high, that could be a sign that the trend is reversing. Now British pound against the Japanese yen. We see some more strength here on British pound. We do see this being over the 200 EMA, so ultimately in an uptrend right now, going to be looking for continuation to the upside on any pullbacks. Price did give a nice pullback right here, found support at the 50 EMA, and it did kind of fully reset on the stochastic RSI. So going to be looking for this to continue heading to the upside and create this higher low compared to this previous one, and then head up for a higher high. Okay, that's what I'll be looking for. Not a time to enter right now. An entry was in this area down here, but right now it is extended a bit to the upside, so you might want to just wait it out, see if this pulls back again. You can get in at a discounted price and then look for continuation to the upside. Now, Australian dollar against the US dollar under the 200 exponential moving average. So we're looking at a downtrend, looking for any opportunities to short. Now, right now, price is extended to the downside, so it's just not a great time to get in. The time to look for shorts was throughout this area here. Once we saw this stochastic RSI came all the way up into the overbought territory, and then also price pulled back into the area of value between the 20, the 50 EMA, coming all the way up and rejecting off of the 200 on the daily here. We saw another one back here, but ultimately still looking for this to head to the downside. It's just the entry time has kind of passed here, so we're going to have to wait for another setup. Now here, US dollar against the Japanese yen, very extended to the upside and a very, very strong uptrend here. And price is extended to the upside, so going to need to wait for this to pull back a bit before we can look for an opportunity for a continuation move to the upside. With this stochastic RSI getting close to the oversold, we're getting close there, but price still hasn't pulled back very much. Like to see a larger pullback, and we can go down to a lower time frame to look for regular bullish divergence as well, and then we get a more precise entry into this, looking for continuation move up. Let's look at US dollar against Canadian dollar, where we do see price starting to pull back here. Stochastic RSI not really cooling off too much. If we see this pull back a bit more into the area of value, then we can look for that continuation move to the upside, as it is over the 200 exponential moving average. We do have to mind you, this is kind of chopping side to side. We don't have much of a trend here, so perhaps this is going to be our start of a breakout to a new uptrend here, with price being over the 200 EMA. That's going to be the most likely scenario right now, looking for this to continue up once it pulls back a bit more. Let's look at New Zealand dollar here against the US dollar. Strong downtrend and somewhat of a choppy downtrend for a while now. Did get this recent really strong push to the downside, and we got a pullback right into that area of value, looking similar to euro and British pound against the US dollar as well. This one currently extended, still need to see it pull back a bit. Then we can look for a continuation move down for a lower high and lower low. Looks like we did get a full continuation right here for this lower high and confirmed lower low right here. But right now price is just not at an area where it's a good time to enter into this trend. So gonna have to see a larger pullback before I can think about kind of getting in on this downtrend. US dollar against the Swiss franc. Now this one is definitely looking really ready. If this uptrend is going to continue, this is a great entry price, as it gives a fantastic risk to reward ratio. So if you're looking at even just targeting the high before the pullback, so with trend trading, I'm at least targeting for a continuation move of this uptrend. So this can give you a nice risk to reward ratio, a good safety buffer there, even a 1-to-2 risk to reward ratio here, only targeting the high before the pullback. So you get a good opportunity here on this one with a nice sized pullback. It's already pulled through the 20 and the 50 EMAs. We have the stochastic RSI fully reset here. So definitely an opportunity there. You know, either the trend's going to reverse or it's going to continue, but the risk to reward ratio is in the favor of the bulls at this very moment, and price is over the 200 EMA. So I'll be looking for this to continue to the upside. All right. Now, next one, euro against the Japanese yen. What are we taking a look at here? Well, we do see a full reset of the stochastic RSI down here on this pullback, and we got somewhat of a push up for kind of a double top. Didn't really break out to a new high. Price is extended right now, so if we can get another pullback here, then that's another opportunity to get in. But right now, not the time to be getting in. Just going to have to wait it out. But looking for further upside continuation on this one, with price being over the 200 EMA here. Now, let's look at euro against the British pound. So euro, oopsie, let's get rid of that. Euro right now, currently over the 200 EMA, coming out of a strong downtrend here, and I'll be expecting this heads to the upside. We did see a full reset here, and still not coming to the upside here on the stochastic RSI. So we may be having opportunity here to enter in and expect a continuation move up. This definitely has cooled off and may be ready for a bigger move to the upside. Just pulled back a few times into the 20 exponential moving average here, quite a few times pulling back here. So those were some potential opportunities. Of course, you can head down to a lower time frame, look for regular bullish divergence on pullbacks to give you a better entry. But right now, it is looking primed for more continuation to the upside the way it sits at this very moment. Although the entry opportunities have kind of passed, we'll have to wait for another pullback to actually get another entry opportunity and look for a continuation move to the upside. Okay, so that is going to kind of conclude things here. I have a very simple and objective way at looking at the market. We're looking at pullbacks in trends, trying to get into the trend at a discount and expecting a continuation move with a good risk to reward ratio. You do that time and time again, maybe you're going to have a 45% win rate, 50% win rate, but with a 1-to-2 risk to reward ratio or 1 to 1.5 risk to reward ratio or better, you're going to come out profitable. So stick with the system, have a plan, and trade it over and over again. Of course, start on a paper trading account, start with back testing before getting into the real money account. And then when you do start a real live money account, you do want to start with a small amount because you're probably going to make a lot of mistakes as a new trader. And it does take quite some time to build up the confidence in your trading plan and really stick with it long term. Okay. So we're not thinking about what happens for the next 10 trades. Let's think about what happens for the next 50, 100, 200 trades. Instead of looking in the really short-term picture, looking for quick growth of your account. It's just not going to work out in the long run. You may get lucky short term, but you will probably end up losing a lot of money if you trade that way. Okay. All right. So that's the market report. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys like these market technical analysis videos, and if what you want to see in the future. I can do a lower time frame as someone who trades on the hourly time frame. I could do that as well. I could do different pairs. If you want to see that, let me know in the comments down below, and don't forget to like the video, and have a nice day. Thanks for watching.